Now, the United Nations Security Council has adopted its first ever resolution to tackle the problem of alleged sexual abuse by peacekeepers. Last year, there were 69 reported cases involving 10 different peacekeeping missions. CCTV's Nick Harper reports from the United Nations in New York.
Getting this resolution passed hasn't been easy. It was a US-led initiative aimed at holding not just peacekeepers, but the country they come from accountable for sexual abuse. The proposal to send home entire peacekeeping units was met with strong opposition. Russia and Egypt in particular were against the idea. They were worried it would unnecessarily shame whole countries for the actions of a few peacekeepers. They objected to the recommendation that if a country fails to investigate allegations, or if it fails to hold perpetrators accountable, all of its troops serving in the country where the abuse allegedly took place would be repatriated. Russia and Egypt felt that repatriation was a collective punishment, but the US ambassador to the UN, Samantha Power, stressed that was not the case and passionately defended the proposal, calling the abuse carried out by peacekeepers a cancer.
They see a peacekeeper coming their way, they think, this is someone who's going to help me. They don't think, I got to run, this is somebody who's going to rape me. That's not what they think. That's not what they should ever think, but that is what they are going to think, and that is what some of them do think, because there is not accountability for the crimes that are committed in any way sufficient to the scale of what appears to be this problem.
The vote was scheduled for Thursday, but it was delayed due to objections from Russia and from Egypt. And then on Friday, ahead of the vote, Egypt proposed an amendment. That, though, was voted down, with the US and the UK saying that Egypt's suggestions would have watered down the resolution. Egypt abstained from voting for the US-led resolution. The UN believes this new plan will protect some of the world's most vulnerable women and children and ensure that the peacekeepers who are entrusted to help, not harm, will be held accountable if involved in sexual abuse. Nick Harper, CCTV, New York.
Well, as you saw there in Nick Harper's report, Egypt has taken a rather different stance on this resolution. Let's get you more on that now with CCTV's Yasser Hakim, who joins us live in Cairo. Yasser, why has Egypt bitterly opposed the Security Council resolution on making peacekeepers in the countries they come from accountable for any abuses?
Well, Egypt has been saying that it's with a crackdown on sexual abuse, and it does condemn sexual abuse or any kind of abuse by the peacekeepers. But it said that trying to punish the whole contingent and the whole country for actions of a few is unfair from Egypt's point of view, and that the ones who are accountable are the ones who should be punished. But you do not send back thousands of troops home because a few have made a mistake. This will hit the morale of the troops, as Egypt has said, and should not be considered an option.
Well, of course, we know, Yasser, that in the end, Egypt eventually abstained from voting on this US-led resolution. Now, what might this mean going forward as far as relations are concerned between Cairo and Washington?
Well, the relations were a bit tense in the last year, but I don't think that this situation will actually in any way affect relations furthermore or damage relations furthermore. Egypt, at the end, it refrained from voting or abstained and did not say that it's against it. And I think in spite of some, if you can call, minor skirmishes on Twitter between the Egyptian and the US representatives at the UN, each accusing the other of branding the UN, the situation will water down, and it will not be something that will escalate furthermore. And it's important to note that 5 countries have supported Egypt's amendment before going into the vote, and they were included Russia, as you said earlier. There was China, Angola, Venezuela, and Cameroon, and also Cameroon. So there were some countries that have said that this is a true situation, that you cannot really punish the whole unit because of the action of a few. But at the end, the resolution has passed, and it will go through. One other situation is that those countries also called for this resolution to be voted by the General Assembly, and Egypt has been calling for this also to be voted by the General Assembly. And the US and the other nations said that any resolution through the General Assembly will be non-binding. And so it went through the Security Council so that it would be binding on all states. And this is also one of the problems that faced the voting procedure on the day at the Security Council. But at the end, it went through the Security Council, not the General Assembly.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you very much, Yasser Hakim, live for us there in Cairo.